Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning into our YouTube channel. Thank you for staying with us, guys. Yeah. So in my previous video, I did an intro about what my channel is about. And if you're new here and you don't know what this channel is about, it's all about motherhood, lifestyle, entrepreneurship. I really need to dish out these tips for you because I'm actually a first time mom, and there are some things that I wish some persons had told me before I put to bed or along the way. I'm going to be giving you some tips that I actually found out myself, and it really helped me. Like, there were things that would have created havoc in the nearer future, but I actually found out on time and I trusted my instincts. So I want to dish out these tips to you, and I hope it help you as a first time mom and even as an old time mom, or whatever will I call it. So my first tip here is always trust your instincts. Always, like, always trust your instincts. As a first time mom, there are so many things that you're going to see while you have your child. After you had your child, there's so many things that you will encounter, so many things that you're going to experience. And sometimes you might be wondering, are these things normal? Are these things okay? If your mind is telling you that this is not right, trust it. Trust it, guys. This is I'm telling you from experience. Like, trust it. If there's anything you observe from your child, or maybe you go to the hospital and you come back with your child and you're experiencing some things, like, and your mind is telling you that this is not okay, trust your instincts and go back so that you can verify and be sure that that thing will not be an issue in the nearest future. I can remember when I went to the hospital, like, I newly gave birth around 3 or 4 weeks or thereabouts after I put to bed, postpartum. And I went to the hospital to do remove the tongue tie. Children usually come out with, there's a tie in between their tongue and the down part of their mouth. So it's usually being removed by nurses or doctors or whatever the case may be, whoever that is a professional in that field. I went to the midwife there. I told her that I needed to remove the tongue tie on my baby's mouth, and she checked it and then did some things. She removed it. She, according to her, she actually removed it, and I was like, okay. I went back home and I was just feeling uneasy. I just said, let me check again. Let me check if she actually removed it properly. I don't know. I've not seen where they removed it before. I've not even encountered in fact, I've not been where they removed it before. This is actually my first time. So I just let me check. So when I checked, I was still seeing something like a rope that was still connecting her tongue to to the lower part of her mouth. And I was like, I'm not sure about this thing. I had to go and meet a neighbor of mine in my yard. She's actually an experienced mom. So I went to her and I told her that I'm not sure about this tongue tie of a thing. I'm not sure if they've removed it properly. And she was like, it's been removed. It's been removed. And I was like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And then she said, if you know, like, if you feel you're not sure that it has been removed, because I'm seeing that it has been removed, but if you're sure that it has not been removed, then you can go back, tell them that they should check it properly again. So I I was just like, I never wanted to go back to that same place again, because I felt like it will look somehow when I go back. So I had to go to a different hospital, like a different midwife. And then I told them that this is what I encountered. And then they told me that, okay, they took my baby from me and then went inside to check. And they checked it and said that it has not been removed. Like, they did not do anything on it, like no proper thing on it. And I was like, wow, thank God. This is something that would have made her to be speaking like someone, probably a dumb, or I don't know, You know, I don't know if you've seen people who talk with their tongue, people who, there are some set of persons like that, but I don't really want to go into that. So what I'm trying to say here is always trust your instincts. If your mind is telling you that something isn't right, or something isn't right about your child, about yourself, maybe after giving birth you're experiencing something different, always go back to the hospital so they can check you up. The second thing I want to be talking about is always ask from professionals. Like, let's say you are having, your child is having one sickness or one issue or the other. Don't go about asking people. Like, this is one thing I made mistake on. I experienced it myself. Don't go about asking people. Always make sure you go back to where you gave birth to, or you meet a professional, like someone who is a professional doctor, to tell you that, okay, this is what is doing happening to this child, this is what is going on, we have to give prefer this treatment, so so and so, rather than going around or going to a roadside chemist so they'll give you drugs that you use for your child. Let me tell you, children are very fragile. They are very, very fragile. So if you use anyhow drugs on their bodies, it then some of them might react, some of them might not. Some of the children might react. So for you to get a proper care or medication for your child, make sure you ask the right persons, or you seek help from the right people that you're supposed to seek help from. I see some persons going well, like there are some ladies who usually come on Facebook to post the skin of their child, saying that this is what is going on. Some of them will come with one pool, maybe different pictures and images of their children having one problem or the other, and they're expecting mothers, like people who are not even professionals, to give them solutions to that. I don't think that is right. So if you're experiencing any issue about your child, or if you're experiencing any problem whatsoever, make sure you are with the right person, you are talking to the right person, which is a professional doctor. Make sure you're speaking to the right persons and not just roadside chemists, or some people even go ahead as far as giving drugs, self-medications to their children. There's nothing more important than your child's life. Nothing than your child's life. So you should be able to protect it at all costs. So make sure you go to the right persons, consult the right doctors and professionals, and I believe your child will be fine. The next thing I want to be talking about is, this really helped me a lot. I don't know, it's kind of optional though. It's not for everybody, but it really helped me. And I hope it will help some other persons too, because I know there are some other persons who did it. So when I gave birth to my child, I used powder on her skin right from day one. I was using powder on her. And along the line, over time, like let's say 3 to 4 weeks, I started observing some form of skin rash on her body, skin issues. Like she was having all this rash and all that, that they refused to go out. I tried series of medications, and one day I just said, let me stop applying things on her skin. Let me stop using things on her skin. I over time I observed that her skin is the one that is oily. She has oily skin, so she tends to, like, any little heat, she will have rashes. But then I now observed that it's not just about having the oily skin. It's about using powder on her skin from day one down to that period. If you're a first time mom, I won't advise you to use powder on your baby's skin. If possible, just make use of Vaseline or any sebamed cream. Don't apply powder at all. Like I said, it's optional. It's not for everybody. Some persons use powder and it doesn't even have any reaction on their baby's skin. But I'm just saying from experience, if I were told from beginning, I would have avoided it. So if you're a first time mom, try not to make use of powder, at least for the first 3 to 4 weeks, because your baby's skin is still trying to adapt. It's still trying to get used to the weather conditions, and you trying to put in different powder. Some people will use powders from different source without knowing what they use in producing that powder, which is actually not nice. So I would advise you, don't use powder for the first 3 to 4 weeks. Let the baby just feel his or her skin for that period, and after that you can start using powder. And then lastly, what I want to talk about, this is very, very important. Like, I experienced it. it happened to me. Never you disregard your baby crying when somebody comes to carry them. Never you disregard your baby crying, like when a particular person comes to carry your baby and the baby is always crying. In my former yard, there's this lady that usually, like, she's a neighbor of mine. The first day I came back home, she came to see me. And when she came, she was like, she wanted to carry my baby. And when she carried my baby, immediately, like, immediately she carried that girl, the baby started crying. Like, she cried and cried and cried until I came to pick her up from her. And then I breastfed her, and that was how she closed her mouth. In fact, immediately I carried her, she reduced her crying, and then I breastfed her, and then she reduced, like, she stopped crying totally. And then another day again, the lady still came back. So, like, she's my neighbor now. I don't have anything against anybody. Anybody can come to visit. Just that I usually cover my child with the blood of Jesus. Like, I sprinkle the blood of Jesus upon her. I speak the blood of Jesus upon her life. Whoever is coming with a bad intention will not see her or will not locate her. So when she came again another time, she came to carry my baby and she refused. This is around 2 to 3 weeks after the first time she came. So tell me, how can a child that is about 2 to 3 weeks understand or reject people? You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe she's not bad. Maybe she's not a good. She's not. I don't see her as a bad person. She even bought some gifts for my baby. I don't see her as a bad person, but I feel maybe there's a spirit or a glow around her that is not convenient for that child, for my baby. I feel that's how I feel. I don't know. So if you observe that your child is always crying when this particular auntie or this particular uncle comes to carry your child, please don't disregard it. Don't overlook it. Don't say it's normal. Children cry. Don't say it. Some of these children, I've heard of cases where they initiate children through that process. They will come with the intention of, oh, newborn baby, you're welcome. Yeah, thank God. Oh. You don't know what is happening in the spiritual realm. You don't know what is going on. I don't want to go into details of that, but do not disregard. I hope these few tips of mine will help somebody out there. I hope you understand. You practice what I've just said. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this video will interest you. I hope you learned something from this video. Till some other time. Till next time, guys. I love you. Bye bye.